We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to New Orleans, taking on the New Orleans Saints. Another intra-divisional matchup. Gridiron seems like a gridiron division to date, with the exception of one team, that being the Carolina Panthers. Right now, Mike, if you want to share the spread and the lines on these games, I just want to give.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right now,
go
it
ahead.
is right now Buccaneers as 3.5 point favorites going to New Orleans. Over under is set at 41.5 for this one.
And the big news is Derek Carr, oblique strain. Uh, Seeing that New Orleans has 2 games in 9 days, it'll be interesting to see if he plays. I doubt he plays. Um, but yeah, maybe we see some Spencer Rattler, maybe some Jake Hayner. I'd like to see it, but for that reason alone, I have to take Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win. But if you guys have any takes on this, I know a lot of injuries on Tampa Bay's side, serious injuries on New Orleans side. But what are your guys' takes on this matchup?
I think the I I think Tampa Bay wins. I think the 3.5 is in play, but also think the one play that you have with this Saints team right now would be Kamara over receptions, Kamara over yards. I mean, they're going to have Spencer Rattler most likely out there. I don't see them. I mean, we saw the dud that came up. I mean, Rashid Shaheed had one big play. That was a great dart from Derek Carr. But then again, I'm saying that's Derek Carr. This is going to be Spencer Rattler. I mean, the connection wasn't there with Olave. I don't know. I think any play you make on the Saints, target Kamara, and other than that, I mean, I don't know how they're going to be able to run the ball. I mean, Tampa's going to have a stacked box. Darren Spencer Rattler to throw that ball and get in pressure. So I think Tampa's the play here.
Yeah, the Saints are another team that have just been absolutely decimated with O line injuries. I think they're on their third string center at this point. They're on a backup guard. We saw that play out on Monday night. They got zero push in the run game with Kamara. And granted, the Chiefs, I think, have a very solid defense and a good defensive line. Um, but the Bucks, I think, have a mighty front seven as well. Vita Vea is gonna plug it up in there. Um, and we saw Chris Jones looked like he was dominating the game on Monday. I think Vita Vea against these backup interior offensive linemen for the Saints is gonna have a good day. Um, I think what we really should be looking for, which is what I look forward to in every single Tampa Bay versus Saints matchup, is how many times Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans get in fights, because that is the that's the game within a game with this one. But again, I don't think you can lean anywhere other than Tampa here. Um, 41 and a half the total. Honestly, Saints, again, we mentioned it, 2 games in 9 days, bunch of injuries. I think an under ticket here might be worth your while. Because I don't see the Saints being able to move the football. We got to give Rashid Shaheed his flowers. What's crazy is if you look at his target share from week one through now, he looks like the Saints' number one receiver. I mean, he's getting 20+% target share every single week. And as someone who has Chris Olave in fantasy, it is extremely frustrating. Um, that do we have to ask the question if he's the Saints' number one receiver? Because it seems like it's Rashid Shaheed. Uh, and so again, I don't think you can look anywhere other than Tampa here. Um, and yeah, I mean, sucks for the Saints. I'd love to see Spencer Rattler. Just if you're the Saints, this season started out hot. It was kind of a fluky start, in my opinion, and now they're kind of coming back down to their floor, which I think, especially with the backup quarterback, is low. And if you're going to be a team like the Saints, who, let's be honest, for the year looked like they were kind of destined for mediocrity, anyways. Let's see what you got in the young guy while Derek Carr's out, and I'd say let's see Spencer Rattler, because Jake Hayner, despite throwing for a bunch of yards at Fresno State, they must not be that high on him if they're spending draft capital on another quarterback. So let's see what you got in Rattler. I mean, this guy was projected to be a number one overall pick before he left Oklahoma. He's got some talent. Let's throw him into the fire, and if you're the Saints, let's see what he's got. Because this season might go downhill quick for the Saints, in my opinion.
Kalijah
Um,
Cansey, Vita Vea going up against Spencer Rattler. I'll take my chances with the Bucks in that one.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take my chance to the Bucks, and I do not expect the Saints to score a lot. I don't know what their team total number is at, but can't imagine them being able to see the performance they just put up on Monday night on a short week.
But didn't you guys hear that your guy, your TCU alum, might be making his season appearance? Kendre
Kendre Miller,
Miller.
huh?
Kendre Miller.
So they're not gonna again I think either the Saints. Let's go full youth movement out there. Let's get a Rattler or Kendre Miller backfield
Yeah.
and let's see what we got in those two guys. I mean, could be like a little Adrian James and Peyton Manning. You never know.
I do want to be fair to Jake Hayner. I think he's got some juice, but you guys are right. I think why not give Rattler the chance?
Yeah,
But
the only reason why I don't trust Jake Hayner is the Saints took Jake Hayner and then the very next year took another
exactly.
quarterback. So I mean,
Yeah,
they had this guy in
it's a
the
fair
building
point.
for a whole year, and then decided to take another quarterback in the draft. That's my only. It doesn't seem like the team is all that confident in him, especially because now they already kind of feel like it leaked out. They might consider Rattler. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like they may have seen enough of Hayner already in the year. So
And you may have
no
thought he was
disrespect
safe.
to Hayner, but
You may have thought he was safe, but we might be seeing Dennis Allen's seat heat up real quick in the coming weeks.
he would have been one of my picks to be the first coach fired before the year, and he bought himself a sliver of time with those
Bought
first 2
himself some
weeks,
time.
and
He did.
the
Well,
wheels could fall off quick here in New Orleans.
and to be fair, he was on all of our hot seats.
Yeah,
Dennis was on all of them. So
Shocker.
yeah, shocker.